Did you realize that the way you sleep tonight could quietly be speeding up your aging, taking precious years from your heart, your brain, and even your independence? It may sound hard to believe, but new research from the National Institute on Aging reveals that certain sleep positions can raise your risk of stroke, memory decline, and chronic pain by more than 60%. And here's what almost no one mentions. Most seniors are doing this every single night without even knowing. For millions of older adults, sleep becomes more challenging with age, tossing, turning, and waking up feeling tired or stiff. But what if the real issue isn't how many hours you sleep? It's the position you sleep in, experts now explain that your sleep posture can either support and repair your body or slowly wear it down. It can soothe your joints, protect your spine, and enhance circulation. Or it can do the complete opposite tonight. We're uncovering the truth, the 4 worst sleeping positions you should avoid after 60, and the 4 better ones that can renew your energy, sharpen your memory, and even help you wake up feeling younger. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could permanently change the way you sleep. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to press that button and turn on notifications so you never miss another health tip created just for you. If you're enjoying this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can learn how to create better content for you. Part 1, the 4 worst sleeping positions for seniors. 1, sleeping on your stomach, the face down position. It may feel soothing at first. Lying face down with your arms tucked beneath the pillow, drifting off as though the world can't reach you. Many older adults, like Mr. Harold, a 72-year-old retired carpenter from Ohio, say, "This is the only way they can fall asleep. It feels like my back finally relaxes," he once shared with his doctor. But what Harold didn't understand was that this comfort was silently harming his neck, his spine, and even his breathing. Night after night, sleeping on your stomach may appear harmless, but for seniors, it places hidden stress on some of the most delicate parts of the body. When your head stays turned to one side for hours, your neck muscles twist unnaturally, reducing blood flow to the brain and compressing sensitive spinal nerves. Over time, this can cause chronic stiffness, headaches, dizziness, and that all too familiar tingling sensation in your hands or arms when you wake up. According to the American Chiropractic Association, this position raises the risk of cervical misalignment, a condition that may lead to long-term balance and coordination problems, especially risky for older adults. And it doesn't end there. Pressing your chest into the mattress limits how fully your lungs can expand. Your diaphragm cannot move freely, forcing shallow breathing throughout the night. For someone over 60, this means less oxygen reaching your heart and brain, which can worsen fatigue, mental fog, and even increase blood pressure. Even more concerning, sleeping face down places unnatural strain on your lower back, particularly if you already deal with spinal arthritis or herniated discs. Dr. Emily Rothes, a geriatric sleep specialist, calls it the most aging position for the spine. She explains that over time, it speeds up wear and tear on the vertebrae, like bending the same tree branch again and again until it finally snaps. So while stomach sleeping may feel cozy, it's quietly taking away your comfort in the long run, one restless night at a time. But if stomach sleeping is so harmful, what about curling up on your side? It feels natural, even soothing, yet it carries hidden dangers of its own. Let's explore that next. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment number 1 below so I know you're still with me now. Let's move on to point number 2. 2, sleeping in a fetal curl, knees pulled to the chest. It's a position that feels familiar, almost childlike. Many seniors curl into a tight ball at night, knees drawn up toward the chest, arms tucked close as if shielding themselves from the world. For Mrs. Eleanor, a 68-year-old grandmother from Michigan, this had been her lifelong habit. "It feels safe," she said, "like I'm holding myself to sleep." But after years of waking with shortness of breath, back stiffness, and growing fatigue, her doctor revealed a surprising truth. Her comforting position was quietly restricting her body every single night. Sleeping in a tight fetal curl may calm the mind, but it limits the body, especially for seniors, according to the National Sleep Foundation. When your knees are pulled too close to your chest, your diaphragm becomes compressed, reducing lung expansion. This limits oxygen intake, forcing shallow, rapid breathing, and for older adults whose lungs are already less flexible. This small drop in oxygen can lead to ongoing fatigue, morning headaches, and even strain on the heart, but the risks go beyond breathing. Remaining tightly curled for hours forces the spine into an unnatural C shape, shortening the muscles and ligaments that support posture over time. This worsens spinal curvature, making you appear more hunched, less stable, and more vulnerable to falls. Dr. Leonard Hayes, a spine specialist with more than 30 years of experience, warns that for seniors, sleeping too tightly, curled is like spending the night teaching your body to shrink. Eleanor's experience is a cautionary tale. What began as comfort gradually became a habit that drained her energy and affected her posture. The fetal curl may feel protective, but for aging bodies, it becomes a trap, one that steals strength, breath, and balance night after night. So if curling up isn't ideal, what about lying flat like the soldier position once praised by many doctors for spinal health? It may surprise you, but that position also hides risks few seniors recognize until it's too late. 3. Flat on your back with no support. The soldier position for many years, doctors believed lying flat on your back was the healthiest way to sleep straight spine, even weight distribution ideal alignment. But for older adults, the reality is far more complex and far more dangerous. What once appeared disciplined and proper can quietly turn into a nightly struggle for your heart, your lungs, and even your brain. Consider Mr. Robert, a 74-year-old veteran from Florida. A proud man, he had slept like a soldier his entire life, flat on his back, arms at his sides, head barely resting on a pillow. But as time passed, his wife began noticing unusual signs, long pauses in his breathing at night, loud gasps for air, and mornings where he woke exhausted and dizzy. When Robert finally visited a sleep specialist, the diagnosis stunned him: severe obstructive sleep apnea. His own sleep position was blocking his airway up to 30 times an hour. When seniors lie flat on their backs without proper head and neck support, gravity allows the tongue and soft tissues to fall backward, narrowing the airway. This results in snoring, choking, and interrupted breathing, sometimes without the sleeper even realizing it. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, untreated sleep apnea in adults over 60 can raise the risk of stroke, heart attack, and memory decline by more than 60%. It also increases nighttime blood pressure, silently straining the heart as it fights for oxygen. But that's not the only concern. Lying flat can also worsen acid reflux, a condition affecting nearly half of adults over 65. When your head is level with your stomach, gravity no longer keeps digestive acid in place. It moves upward into the throat, irritating the esophagus and disturbing sleep over time. It may even damage the vocal cords and lungs, a condition doctors call silent reflux. For Robert, the change came too late. Years of poor sleep had already caused damage, constant fatigue, forgetfulness, and stubborn high blood pressure. His story reminds us that stillness can sometimes hide danger, and if sleeping flat can quietly harm your heart and brain. What about sleeping partially upright? The recliner position so many seniors rely on. You may be surprised to discover how this comfortable-looking setup can slowly weaken your body from within. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's continue with point number 4. Sleeping in a recliner chair every night. It often begins harmlessly for many seniors. The recliner feels like relief, a soft, supportive place to rest, sore joints, watch television, or take a short nap. And when lying flat in bed becomes uncomfortable because of back pain, arthritis, or acid reflux, that same recliner gradually becomes a permanent bed. But as comforting as it seems, sleeping in a recliner every night is one of the riskiest habits older adults can develop. Consider Mrs. Dorothy, a 79-year-old widow from Arizona. After years of chronic hip pain, she discovered she could finally sleep through the night in her recliner. But over time, she noticed swelling in her legs, stiffness in her back, and declining energy. What she didn't realize was that her favorite chair was quietly harming her health. According to Dr. Michael Turner, a geriatric rehabilitation specialist, sleeping in a recliner keeps the body in a semi-seated posture that restricts blood flow to the legs. The result: fluid buildup, swollen ankles, and in serious cases, deep vein thrombosis, dangerous blood clots that can travel to the lungs and become life-threatening. The partially upright angle also prevents the spine from fully relaxing, leading to chronic lower back tension and faster muscle weakening in the hips and abdomen over months or years. This increases balance issues and the risk of falls even more concerning because the reclined posture limits deep sleep cycles the body never fully restores itself. You may close your eyes for 8 hours, but your brain and muscles remain in a light resting state, never reaching the healing memory, building stages of sleep your body urgently needs after 60. Dorothy eventually returned to a regular bed after her doctor warned that long-term recliner sleeping could reduce her life expectancy. She said, "I thought I was resting, but I was slowly shutting down. So if the recliner isn't the answer, where should you truly rest?" The solution lies not only in your bed, but in how you position your body. And in part 2, we'll explore the 4 sleep positions that can genuinely heal, restore, and protect you from the inside out. Part 2. The 4 better sleeping positions for seniors. 1. The supported side. Sleep with a pillow between the knees. It's one of the easiest adjustments you can make yet for seniors. It can completely change how you sleep and how you feel each morning. Resting on your side with a soft pillow gently placed between your knees may seem simple, but for your spine, joints, and heart, it's one of the most powerful restorative positions you can choose. Consider Mr. Allen, a 71-year-old retired firefighter from North Carolina. For years, he woke every morning with a persistent ache in his lower back and hips. Pain medication helped somewhat, but the stiffness always returned during a routine appointment. His physical therapist asked a straightforward question: "How do you sleep?" Ellen answered, "On my side, with my knees together." That night, following her advice, he placed a small pillow between his knees and adjusted his head.